Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Moo! Bah!
This is the worst.
What's up, Wookiees, droids, and all you other weirdos out there? Good to see you guys. How's everybody doing today? Teen Sensation Billy Tucci, thank you all for coming to a very special Wednesday Night Live with Billy Tucci, because tomorrow night, Thursday night, I will be on my way to the Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. I believe tomorrow we have Roy Thomas who will be on. We're going to be doing with Nile Scala, and John Romita Jr. will be doing a special stream honoring John Romita, who we lost this week. John was a great ally of mine and an inspiration and a friend. And Johnny Jr. is one of my best friends. We love them like family. We love all the Romitas like family, and our hearts and our condolences and our prayers go to the Romita family at this difficult time. But I mean, man, what a giant, what John did to the industry, for all of us. We are forever in his debt. And he just truly was an amazing ambassador to this wonderful medium that we are getting choked up, that we all adore. And many of us have devoted our lives to. So anyway, so tonight we got a special show with a wonderful friend of Debbie and I's, Debbie and mine. We met her last year at San Diego Comic-Con, and I had streamed with her before, and she is just this keg of dynamite. She's an entrepreneur. She's an amazing YouTuber. She's got a huge following, over 50,000 subs. She's a lot of fun. She's a brilliant artist in her own right. She promised to do a cover for me, so I'm going to bug her about that one. So hopefully someday I'll get her to do a cover. Then again, Dale Keown said he'd do a cover for me 28 years ago, and I'm still waiting for that. But she is just, like I said, she is a self-made woman, and an incredible talent, incredible artist. And without further ado, or don't, ladies and gentlemen, my friend Anna, that Star Wars girl. What's up?
Hello. Wow, that was one hell of an intro. Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, you've earned it. So you're like I said, you're like a little stick of dynamite. You are. It was so funny last year at San Diego when we're at the booth and you just showed up. You're just standing there. I think noticed you. Like, what? And you were were you Tomb Raider last year when we saw you?
I was Lara Croft, or that's what I was dressed up like. I think.
Yep.
And then Tifa, I think. So I went 2 days.
Yes. And we're like, get out of here. so we're hoping that you are going to come this year at San Diego, right?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to be doing a panel there. Chris Gore, he invited me. He's been doing this series show on YouTube where it's like, you know how they made that movie like George Lucas versus like the fans, like that documentary. So he's doing the fans versus Disney Star Wars. And so he's doing like an actual like courtroom mock trial on his channel. And so he wants the last one to be at San Diego Comic-Con live. And so I'm going to be there for that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we want to see you. I have a lot of friends there. I have to introduce you to somebody else who's a great friend of ours too, who I think you guys will get along like peas and carrots. Oh, and that's Frank Frazetta's granddaughter, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, I've been wanting to meet her. I follow her on Twitter and Instagram for years. She seems very cool.
She's really cool. And wait a second, Brian Blevins calling me right now. I guess he's not watching the show, so thanks, brother. Thanks a lot, Brian. Anyway, so and it's going on through my computer over on my other side. But yeah, no, we had Sarah Ann the other day because her grandfather did She in my Senryaku book. And you kind of remind me of like a nice version of me or a pretty version of me. Because you remind me of me, Brian Polito, Jeff Smith, his wife Ajaya, Terry Moore and Robin Moore, that we became self-publishers, and none of us had really any comic book experience until we decided to make them. And, we had loved it. We had loved the craft. And like, we just went for it. And you had that same attitude. And Sarah Ann is the same way. She's just like that too. So we're all going to go to dinner. So if you're in, I don't know, Thursday night or something like that, or Friday, you got to come with us.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'd love to.
You guys come with us because we'll have, we got a nice group. We have a panel Thursday night. I don't know if you're coming in Thursday, but we have it's happy hour with the comic book couples.
How fun.
So Jeff Smith, who does Bone, if you know Jeff Smith, he's also awesome. Jeff is going to moderate it, and it's going to be me, Debbie, Brian Polito, his wife Francisca, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Amanda Connor. And I think we're going to get Sarah and Joe on too. I'd like Sarah and Joe to come on, and what it's like to be married, to a creator. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and it's like, you get someone like Debbie and say Francisca, and we joke to them like, yeah, so your dream was to work in comics, right? And run a comic book publishing company. And obviously not. Debbie has no idea. I mean, she loved 300. That's her favorite comic book. But we have a lot of fun. We're drinking, so we'll be drinking wine and stuff like that at the panel. And last year got a little crazy. We had like 200 people in the room. It was nuts. Drinking scotch, and we had Terry Moore with his wife Robin. And it's just like, what's life like living with crazies like us? And then Jimmy and Amanda are both creators, so they have a real fun dynamic going on.
Oh gosh,
we had a lot of fun. And but anyway, but we're here to talk about you and your new campaign. Man, you're kicking ass, kid.
Thanks.
Liz, I'm so proud of you. Jeez,
thank you.
Let me do let's present it, and there you go. Boom.
Hey,
that Star Wars Girl cosplay calendar bikini edition.
Yeah.
Look at you with that Barbie. Those pictures you sent me are fantastic.
Thank you.
Look at you, Sarah. Look at you, Anna. That you have. Look at you. 4 campaigns, and you're over a quarter. You're almost at $300,000. You little scamp, you. Look at you kicking ass, man.
Yeah, I guess that's a little inaccurate. So I actually only have 3 campaigns. Drunk 3PO, I don't know if you know him. Yeah. He did a book, and I looked at it because he asked me to look it over, and I was like, oh my God, let me fix it. So he gave me access to his campaign, and I made him all of the the thumbnails, and I basically built his campaign for him because it was like the basic, here's a paragraph after paragraph of what the project is. I'm like, no, show pictures.
Right, yeah.
Show pictures and make things look pretty. One of those is not mine.
Oh, so now you're bragging that you made even more. It's just 3 panels. So, is this true? So was I boring you? You got that Joseph Pantalone. Anna goes cross-eyed on long stories.
No, that's when I was reading the chat. No, I noticed this on stream. So based on where my camera is, where my screen is, and then where the chat is, if I go and look at the chat that's not in the StreamYards, my eyes look like I'm going cross-eyed. So there's a bunch of screenshots of people sending of Anna's cross-eyed. And I'm like, oh no.
So you're not drinking at all and doing reviews of movies and stuff like that
not
ever?
Recently, no.
No. Let's say, look it up, guys. It's one of the greatest moments in YouTube history.
Dune, yeah, I know. I really should just get hammered and review movies.
Let me tell you, you'll have 1 million subs in a week. No, that was brilliant. And then you're just going on and on and
take over Critical Drinkers mantle.
That was fantastic.
I've actually been wanting to review Avatar too. Have you? I did a review, but I think a drunk review would be so much better. Did you watch Avatar?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Nah. It's so, what's weird is that about me, the last movie I saw, geez, believe it or not, damn, that I went to the theaters to see was Top Gun 2. Maverick. And but see, you should get drunk and review that one too, because you can because it gets very. Oh, look at that! Oh, it gets really emotional at the end. If I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah,
But,
I know I did. I went and I saw it in IMAX, and it was great.
Oh yeah.
I think though with that one, there's not very much for me to criticize it about.
Yeah,
And
I don't know that whole the Dark Star part was really like the Death Star attack. The end is basically Star Wars.
it kind of is. Well, my biggest problem with that movie was that they never said what country it was, because it's obviously Russia, right?
Yeah.
We all know it's Russia, but they just won't say it. And I'm like, can you guys just say it? I don't like this. Oh, it's the bad guys.
They called the enemy. That's what they did in the first one too. But see, that's a perfect setup for you, kid. Then you can be like, what the hell? Who are these? Everyone knows they're the Russians. We'll get, have a few pops in you.
Well, what drives me crazy about Avatar 2, so the main character, he's a Marine. And I'm like, one of the things about soldiers is that they go and fight and they go off to battle so that way their families can stay safe. And so I'm like, that's the most basic mindset of a soldier.
Right.
And so in Avatar 2, it's a good movie, but there's this gaping plot hole. And I'm like, James Cameron, you're an idiot. Because any soldier would stay and fight and send their family off to safety, right? They would be in the front line. So instead he's like, oh, I'm going to stop fighting. I'm going to go with my family. I'm like, so who's protecting them?
Yeah. What the?
It makes me, it's so it makes me see, I need to say this when I'm drunk, because the whole movie isn't even about the main character. It's about their children. I'm like, you could have still done this entire movie about their children. They just send their children away to live with the water avatars and they can stay fighting, because they're basically really not in the movie that much. It's about the kids.
Yeah.
And the ending would still be the same because they all have to show up for the final battle. So I'm just like, it's so frustrating. Because the bad guy's going to follow you because he wants revenge on the main character. So if you stay there and just send your children away, you're protecting your children. But instead, they're like, no, let's give up everything. Let me stop leading the battle because I'm the only one that knows how to fight humans. Let me just go with the water people. It's like, no. Fight. It's so infuriating.
See, the world needs
my drunk
Star Wars girl review of Avatar 2. Before everybody forgets about it. So you got to do it. Do it tomorrow.
Well, see, what I was doing when I did my Dune review, I was promoting my calendar, my first one. Right. And I said, every time we go back up by 1,000, I took a shot. So 13 shots later, someone in the chat, it wasn't even a super chat. They're just do a drunk review of Dune. I was like, I'll do it right now.
You went off. It like I said, it is YouTube gold. It really is.
Like, thank you.
And then you start slurring, and you're like, hey, wait a minute. And then you get angry. You got angry at it.
It was every stage of a drunkenness. Yeah.
You didn't start crying though, did you?
No, I don't think I've ever cried when I was drunk.
See, that's what we need. We need you crying.
I need to cry.
We need you to cry.
Oh my god!
And then just start cursing at your friends and stuff, because everyone's gonna be busting on you.
Yeah,
so you gotta start cursing them out, because they're really gonna go off on you.
Maybe what's a movie that I can cry on? I don't. Maybe I'll get to the drunkenness where I can do a Avatar 2 review and cry.
Well, what movie makes you cry now? I'm trying to think. What? Yeah, movies that make me cry. Movies before you're born, like Rudy. If you ever saw that.
Oh yeah,
that's a guy crying movie though. Rudy.
Yeah, that's Samwise Gamgee's in it. From Lord of the Rings. Sam.
Oh yes. Yep.
He's Rudy.
Yeah. Did you ever meet him?
I have not met him. No.
He's really nice. I met him at a Wizard World show. Geez, man, years ago. And they brought him he was walking around, and whoever the guide is or whoever his handler, brought him, was like, hey, you ever meet Sean Ass? I'm like, holy shit, what's up? And I love your dad. I love your work. I love Rudy. And it was so funny because we were talking. I'm like, dude, that movie Rudy, man, made me freaking cry. And he's like, I know. And there was a dude next to me. I forget who it was. He's like, man, he's just listening. I guess he was watching. He goes, man, I hate Notre Dame. And I was crying at the end of that movie. So maybe I'll do a Rudy review. Maybe we should get drunk together and do a Rudy review.
I need to watch it. I haven't watched it in over a decade.
It's the ending. Forget it. And then what else do I cry? I'm trying to think what I cry at. Definitely Rudy, man, brings me down. Just makes me bawl. I also love Top Gun at the end. I didn't cry, but I got very emotional at the end. I love the ending because I thought, well, spoilers, right? I thought they were going to kill him off or whatever, but it was like everything you want in a movie, they did. It seems, like I said, the fun stuff again, the Star Wars connection that it had. And you know what? If you didn't see it, I mean, half the world saw the movie and the half that didn't don't have movie theaters, or TVs. So, it made over $1 billion, but what that ending scene, I just loved it. I just really did. That's a Bill Tucci movie to make him cry.
Yeah, see, I liked it. I just didn't like that they didn't say who the bad guys were. And then I didn't like at the end the stupid song that they played. I'm like, no, play Danger Zone. Stop this. I don't know, some woman singing. I'm like, I don't care about this song. It's not iconic. I know they already played it, but play it again. It's the end.
They opened up with the Danger. That's why
they did open it up and close it off. Like just do that.
Well, the problem was he's flying in his $2 million P-51 Mustang with Jennifer Connelly, and you can't have Danger Zone. Like that's the happy part, Come on, Anna. So
I know, but I wanted
we're gonna drink and we're gonna do this. We're gonna fight. We're gonna get into a fight as we review a movie together.
That's fine.
Anyway, but all right, so we're here for you. So you have 15 days left. You're not even anywhere near in demand, and you're already almost at $60,000. Holy shit, kid!
I know. I need to add stretch goals. You got any suggestions?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I would do easy ones that people that are easy to produce, that they're inexpensive, but I think people would love that Star Wars girl trading cards. So you can do trading card of you as these characters. Then on the back, you can have the information about the character, what movie they were in, what comic they were in. You do a Vampirella when she debuted, little stuff like that. People would love that.
That's a good idea. Do you know anyone that knows how to make them? Because
Yes.
I don't. I'm at that point where I'm like, if there's somebody that knows how to make these and make them look cool, I'll send you the pictures, and if you make them for me, I will give you money.
I can put you in touch if you want with Mindy Lopkin. Mindy does all of our stuff. She does all of our stretch goals. She's our designer of our book. She puts together the whole damn
cool
book, and she's amazing. She's up in Connecticut, but she will send you the files to get your printer to do it. If you don't have a printer, I have my printer who does my trading cards. So now he's got that down. But I think people would love, you got the Barbie card,
Yeah.
and you have the Barbie, and then you can even on the back, you have the actual Barbie, you know what I mean? A little picture of the Barbie in the back where it was inspired from.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And it's just cool stuff like that. Cause you got some great things you're going to be putting out. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the size of this book.
Oh, it's big.
About this count. Is it as big as the last one?
Yeah. So I do them like 11 by 17. So they're kind of like poster calendars. And then I do like it's like tiny, but it's like a little checklist. So I do that because that's the way that like sports teams do it. And so it's like, this is what day the game is, and it's highlighted. And so I have it with Thursday when the Jack show is. So that's in the middle of the week, and that's highlighted in yellow. So you never miss the Jack show. And so it's like a poster plus Jack show reminder and holiday reminder.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I've been getting people been texting me, friends of mine who are fans of yours, with suggestions. Cause I'm sure you got all of your months down. But people are wondering and like, how about this? She should do that. She should do that.
Oh, I'm so open for suggestions.
Okay. One of the biggest ones we got was Nova from Planet of the Apes.
Nova from Planet of the Apes. Let me grab my pen.
I'll pull it up. All right. Let me pull it up. So I'll pull it up. And I'm going to show these. So we're going to have some fun with this.
Okay, because I pretty much have a lot of them, but some of them are just falling through. So one of the ones I was so excited to do was Red Sonja. And I decided to do that one because one of my followers sent me the bikini, and they got it made off of a woman on Etsy, but the top was like, Billy, it's like a Dorito chip. And I'm like, I can't wear this. And I'm like, there's what like what? And so I got in contact with the woman that made it, and I sent her the top, and it got lost in the mail, and it's been over a year. So
is it the same? Is it your size?
Well, she said that she remade it and fixed it, and I messaged her. I was like, well, it's almost like been a year. Like, any news on that? And she's like, I sent it, and I was like, ah. And so she said she remade it and she's resending me it. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm so mad because I got the Conan the Barbarian sword for this photo shoot, and I don't have the Red Sonja top, so I'm kind of upset. But
you got to get on these people.
I know.
You got like. There's no excuse now. I'm not giving you that. You're not getting away with that. But here's Nova from Planet of the Apes.
That's a good one.
Linda Harrison. If you Google Linda Harrison, and you'd make a beautiful Linda Harrison. Is it not? There, it's taking a while. But do you know her from Planet of the Apes?
Yeah. I used to watch these when I was a kid.
Hell yeah, that would be a great one. Let me see if I
know everyone wants me to do what the BC one with Raquel.
Yes, that's another one everybody brought up too. Is from 1 million years BC.
Yeah.
And that would be Raquel Welch. That would be another great one. And honey, people would love that. Here's Nova. That's a good costume too. Let me see if that one's sharing. Let me stop sharing the one. Okay, you know when you do this, you got all these friggin' windows open.
Yeah. Well, see, there's so many. I was planning on my next calendar being anime, and so I already have costumes building up for that one. But at this point, I'm like, I'm just shooting them as I go. So I've already started shooting. I actually started shooting this calendar set. Lilu photo I took back during my last calendar, and so now I'm doing like the anime and the bikini ones. But I'm like, there's so many ones that everybody wants. So I was like, maybe I'll just do bikini take 2 after the anime.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So look, this is the Nova. That's another Nova. And then people are saying, hang on, let me pull it up though. Let me I'm gonna stop sharing it and then I'm gonna pull it up. A lot of crazy stuff going on the internet today. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Holy shit. I go down that rabbit hole with like clips that go hard on Twitter and stuff like that. Have you ever watched it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez. It's like
I don't know if you know who these people are, what the situation is, but right now there's like an all-out war with Call of Duty because they canceled one of their streamers, Nick Murr, all because he said leave children alone about the pride stuff, and because he was responding to a tweet. Did you see the one of all the people fighting in front of the school? The parents were fighting.
Yes, yeah, the Armenians, right? It was were they not Armenians? The families were.
I'm not sure. It was just like I watched like a couple seconds of the clip, but then I feel like this has made it kind of blow up even more because all he did was responding because the person was like, oh my gosh, they're fighting because these people are fighting for their children. And all his response was like, they should just leave little kids alone. Yeah. And because of that, Call of Duty canceled him in support of grooming children. So now all of Twitter is on an all-out war with Call of Duty.
Now, so this guy he's a designer of the skins, or they use
he's a
his
streamer, and so they do this thing because there's people that got famous for streaming Call of Duty, and so they've put like people in the games, and so you can play as your favorite streamer. Hello,
hey, bro, what's up?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Yeah. So yeah, and you know what's so funny too is the people that scream the loudest about this are people that don't have kids.
Yep.
So these people that never had children, they're going to be the first one to tell you what your children should be learning in school.
For real.
Right? I mean, and I feel bad for you, Nile. I
feel bad for you every day, bro.
Well, that's because I'm a loser. Thanks for reminding me. Anyway, but and it drives me nuts. You know what I mean? That they're the ones that tell you what your kids should be learning in school. You know, and like, wait, you never had kids. Do you have? And I said, do you have kids? They don't say, then you have no say.
Exactly.
In what they should be learning.
Well, not only that, it's people that tell you how to live your life and do everything. Like they're either living in homeless shelters, studio apartment with 3 roommates eating cup of noodles. And I mean, I still love cup of noodle, but I'm like, really? You're going to tell me how to live my life? And it's always people. I saw this meme one time and it's so true. It's always people doing less than you that are complaining about what you're doing.
Right.
Because people that are more successful than you, they don't have time to criticize you because they're working.
Yes, that's exactly it. Not enough time to go on. I mean, I got a Twitter dog pile this week. People jumped on me because of this whole thing that this poor guy who's a comic book creator, he died. And I think his mom, which I learned 24 hours after the fact that it started with the comics broke me hashtag. And I guess maybe he couldn't get the health care he wanted and he was sick and no one knows what happened to him. But he passed away, and people was saying the comics broke me, and someone said I'm going to start this hashtag and let's talk about how we were all fucked over by comics. So you have all these people, again, who've worked for these major corporations, and these corporations worth billions of dollars. Thanks. These corporations, these faceless corporations that again are worth billions of dollars, and during a pandemic when the comic shops shut down for 21 days, these corporations, Marvel, DC, these billion-dollar corporations issue a pencils down order to their creatives, showing just how insignificant they deem their talent. That these corporations worth billions of dollars can't pay this poor guy $100 to ink a page. It's disgusting. So they'll come, but these people defend that. So this young man died. Again, we don't know what happened to him. And they started this hashtag saying comics broke me. So I just posted saying comics broke me out of poverty. That I was 30 years ago, I was so poor. I was eating noodles and noodles, right? But what I did is I tried to work for Marvel and DC. They turned me down, or they wanted me to draw like other artists. And then I'm like, the hell with this. Let me do it myself. So I did it myself. Now, everything I own, thank God that I was able for the past almost 30 years, be able to provide for my family in a one household income that we have a retirement. I have money set aside for my son, for my kids. We put college aside for the kids, though. Matthew wants to go to Penn State.
No.
Jeez.
Have fun with that.
It's a great party school.
Yeah, apparently. So, he wants to be an architectural engineer, and he's going to be wrestling.
One that Leah Thomas goes to? Was she
at Penn State?
I think so.
I don't know. Isn't Leah Thomas like 30 years old now, though? So I don't know.
Oh, let's go. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. So, my kids aren't into that crap at all. So I said, well, here's a path to help you. I'm like, they went to UPenn. UPenn is a Ivy League school.
Oh, 23-24 is
what?
Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas is 24.
24 and still swimming for the NCAA, the women's team. Again, that's whatever happened to the fairness. You're going to get me started. Whatever happened with the fairness with that, I think that the young girls, these people that are saying that it's okay for these men, biological men, to partake in women's sports, is that fair? They're all about fairness. But don't you think these girls today that have worked their asses off, trained, do you think they should have the same opportunity that you had when you were younger to compete against other women? That they're losing scholarships, they're losing livelihoods, like jobs, opportunities because of this. So.
Yeah, no, I know. I watched, is her name like Riley? I watched her interview with Jordan Peterson, and it made me so angry. I was already like irritated before, but then when the part where she talks about the girl that stayed, because she's like, well, we got screwed over because of COVID. It was like right before this race. And so if COVID wouldn't have happened, they would have all been able to race without Leah there. But then she said some girl from some European country that stayed. And so she needed to make the top 16 and she was number 17 because of Leah. So everything she'd worked for her entire life was for nothing.
That's horrible. And
it's all bullshit.
That's a war on women. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's you look at those two boys in Connecticut that won the state championships. Mm-hmm. And they're biological boys, but they identify as women, they're trans girls or whatever. They dominate.
Well, they want to be women, but they're taken away from women.
Yeah.
The whole movement takes away from women. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know what's really irritating? So I lived in San Francisco for like 5 years because I was in college, and then I stayed a year after. And so it's like almost all of my friends were gay or, you know, on the LGBTQ. Yeah, exactly. I actually was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I'm like, I actually have less straight friends than I do gay friends. And you know, it's so normal now. But I mean, I know people that are trans that like before they transition than after, and how much different their lives have improved. And not a single one of my friends are into this shit. They hate it. They absolutely hate it. Because it's not actual trans people. It's not actual LGBTQ plus whatever the Wi-Fi password is now community. It's the ones that are faking it because it's trendy. Because that's what's popular right now, because it's ugly people that, and I don't mean like physically ugly, I mean like inside ugly people that have no purpose in life. And this is the fastest way to get them attention. Like Dylan Mulvaney, right? He's a failed actor until he pretended to be a girl. And now he's meeting the president. That's giving him purpose in life is to do this. So of course they're going to do it because it's getting them attention.
Yeah. But now he's saying that he's attracted to girls.
He is the gayest boy you'll ever meet.
I understand that. Well, my roommate in college was gay, so I have a lot of family that's gay. Everyone does, you know, friends that are gay, family that are gay. We go on vacation with our two friends that are gay. Our son's best friend's moms. You know, we love them. But him, he is such a scam artist, I think.
It's an act. It's just an act. That's what it all is.
He's an actor. He's playing a character. That's why when he got the face feminizing surgery, he looks more like a man now than he did before.
Yeah. And he's unhinged. If you see him screaming like a lunatic and stuff like that online, and you know, I don't know.
He's playing a character. Like Blair White did a good video because obviously Blair White is trans. And if you look at the pictures before she started her surgeries to now, and her first point is like, as a male to female, the first thing you do is get laser hair removal to get rid of your beard. That's the first thing. And like, that's super cheap. I've gotten it because I'm a monkey human.
Because you're Portuguese.
I have to carve out my face. And Billy, they told me I can't come back to the laser hair removal place because their laser is not strong enough to get rid of my hair. You can only do it like 10 to 12 times and it's not working. The laser couldn't take out my facial hair, but it took out Blair White. So Dylan Mulvaney should get on that. And it's cheap to get your entire face laser. It's only $45.
Wow.
I know. So getting as a guy getting, you know, your beard taken off, $45.
Why do guys do that? See, I like I said, I shaved yesterday, so I haven't. Tuesday I shaved. So I don't really have a lot of. I don't grow. Nile has a beard. I try to grow a beard. Well, I asked Debbie if I could grow a beard, and she said no.
I look like Nile when I woke up, and then I had to narrate it, and now I look like this.
Gorilla. Well, look how much hair she has. Look. Show them how thick your hair is. Look at all the hair she has.
Like,
isn't that awesome? Look at that. You definitely got your Raquel Welch in 10,000 years.
So much hair.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that down. What was the other ones? You said you had a list for me.
I say okay. So here's the next one that people are demanding this.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. Let's see right here. Here you go. Honey Rider from Dr. No, the first James Bond movie. Ursula Andress.
That's what I'm doing.
You are?
Yeah, that's the very next one I'm doing.
Oh, awesome. Great. You got the knife and everything like that?
I got the knife. I got the belt. I got the conch shell. So I'm going down where I live. There's a pirate tower in Laguna Beach. So that's where I'm going to go shoot it. And so I'm actually going to jump in the water. And I told my photographer, I'm like, I'm not going to wear any makeup. So I just got to jump in and you got to take the photos. And he's like, okay.
That's going to be perfect. People are going to love that.
I'm so excited.
You will be the bomb with this one. I'm telling you. All right.
I'm so ready.
There you go. Are you going to don't shave your eyebrows though like that. Don't pluck your eyebrows.
Yeah.
You have great eyebrows. Don't do that. I'm telling you not to do that.
Did you see my eyebrows for Lilu? What I did was I just the video hasn't come out on that. Well, I filmed it so you guys can all see how I made my eyebrows look super thin. It's just makeup. So you just like put cover up on your eyebrows and then you draw on the fake ones and then I make my photographer Photoshop all the visible hairs.
No, you get hair in the middle, like
the biggest pain in the butt out of
like the
everything.
unibrow type, you know.
you have unibrow.
Me? Oh yeah. So so you see my hairline?
Hang
So
on.
it connects. Everything
second.
connects. Like my eyebrows are just one solid shape. You can see like this connects here. I carve out my entire face. I'm not kidding.
And that's why it takes 7 hours to get your hair done, because they're also working on your face too, like
No,
all around here. The
my
edges.
face, I nair it. It takes 5 minutes. It comes right off. So that's great. But no, the hair, it's because there's so much.
Why does Nair smell so bad?
Nair, because it's chemical burning off your hair.
It smells so gross. They have Nair for
It's worth
every
it.
part
Trust
of
me.
your body.
Keep doing Nair, ladies.
They've got butt Nair.
Oh.
It's crazy. They got a whole
Why do you
line
know
of different
that?
Nair. Why not?
Now,
Come on, people.
Discover that because I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone knows
Mega
about
Man,
Nair.
MG. Oh, how about Catwoman? Cave Woman or Sheena? Now, Bud Root owns Cave Woman, right? Is that Cave Girl? But is that Bud Root's character?
I don't know.
Don't you know? You're
I'm
the
not
comic
sure.
book guy.
I'm not.
I don't know anything about comics. You know?
I don't know anything about comics either.
What?
I know things about YouTube.
Jeez. All right. Let's scratch that sucker off.
By the way, man, there is no safe airtime anymore.
What do you mean?
Everyone's streaming right now.
Are they right now? Everyone's streaming right now?
Everybody's streaming. You name it, they're live.
Of course,
They're
yeah,
live.
because there's a lot going on this week.
Yeah. Well, like I said, so guys, so what happened to me this week is I got piled on big time. But it was fun. One guy I just had to block, and I don't block people because I don't care, but I just had enough. And that's because I'm the nice guy, because I wanted to go off on them. But these people live, as you were saying, Anna, that they're beneath you, or they're not doing as well as you. They're not, no one's beneath anyone. But that they're just angry, and they're just jealous, and they're just
That's unsuccessful people, man. Unsuccessful people will band together to try to make it better for themselves instead of just work. Successful people don't give a shit. Successful people don't care what's going on around them because they've got their blinders on and they're going in to do what they need to do. And if they hurt feelings or break certain relationships, they do that. These people don't understand business. That's the whole problem. It's business. Take your personal fucking feelings out of the way and go for your goal. Because if you put your personal feelings into everything, you're not going to get anywhere. They need a backbone. And on top of that, they got to find out, am I really talented? Maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There are people that have, they just the seas of the world, so it's like you don't go above and beyond to be better. You're not even like the bees where you're trying to better yourself and you're not failing, so you're just right there. And one of the things, like the meaning of life, is to find purpose, and so none of these people have any purpose. Like if they do have a job, it's a dead-end job. They have no aspirations to climb the ladder. And so they're miserable and they're addicted to their phones, so they just spend all day on their phones complaining about things instead of actually doing something.
Now and again, they just machine gun tweet. Like, how do you have time to do this? And like, you see them tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet in a 10-minute time frame, and they'll tweet 5 times in an hour, 6 times in an hour, when they're not even engaging anybody. And I'm like, where do you get this freaking time to do this stuff?
Well, that's exactly it. People that aren't working, people that are just on their phones. And a lot of people, I think COVID kind of made it worse because they all got, what is it? Not disability, but they all get to work from home and like make money. And so they're not doing anything. And they have no hobbies. Their hobbies is tweeting.
Yeah. It's pathetic. It really is. And then you gotta, and then sometimes though you're forced to engage them. You are.
Well,
and
eventually, they kind of push that button where you have to say something or you make your situation worse.
Yeah.
There's so many people that I just block now because there's people, because I make videos on them and those videos get a lot of views. So some people try to fight with me just so that way they can make it onto a video. So when I recognize those people, I ignore them and they get mad because then they'll start tweeting at me like 10 to 20 times. And I'm like, I'm ignoring you because you're purposely wanting attention. And they say worse and worse stuff. And so if I do end up using it, I blur out their name and not give them any credit. But there's people that it's like new, like they just discovered my tweet and they're having a melty. Then I laugh at them because I'm just like right now I got dog piled for the Gwen Stacy. I don't know if you guys saw in the new Spider-Verse movie. They're trying to say Gwen Stacy is trans because the colors.
Yeah.
Oh, the costume.
Yeah.
The costume. And it's like, okay, so by that logic, then Miles Morales is a Nazi.
Yeah, that's right.
Spider-Man, Captain America, they're all Confederate soldiers. Like, you realize based on this logic how stupid you sound. And then they're like, well, trans women are women. Da, da, da. I'm like, no. Trans women are trans women. Women are women. And then they lose their mind and call you a transphobe.
Oh, did you see Matt Walsh's What is a Woman?
I did not.
Oh man, I
watched him talk about it a lot though.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did? Yeah. Did you watch when it was up on Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Debbie's friends actually sent it, and here's, my wife is all of these, again, very, very open, liberal, accepting, women, accomplished women. They all have, degrees. They all had jobs. Many of them still have jobs. Debbie runs our company, among other things, and takes care of our kids and stuff like that. And, she's an awesome mom and a wife and all. But here's all these accomplished women, and they're being stepped over or being told, well, you don't know what a woman is. And he does ask a question. And the question is, what is a woman? He's asking these people, and they can't answer it.
I know.
When they try to answer it, they have to use the word woman in it. Well, somebody acts like a woman. Well, what is that? Like, and they just try to describe to me what is a woman without using the word woman in it. And they get so pissed off at them because they're not used to being challenged.
No, exactly. And so that's what I've learned on Twitter. So my Twitter is almost at 100,000 followers now. And it's just because I push back and you don't submit to the mob.
Yeah.
It's like they do not know the word no. They don't. I've never been told the word no. They're like those screaming child in like a grocery store, and the parents just keep giving them candy to make them stop crying. It's like, no, you got to tell your kid no. And none of these people have ever heard the word no.
Right.
And so when you have someone like I watched Matt Walsh on Joe Rogan talking about it, and he said that when he was talking to these people, he wanted to debate them, but he's like, no, it's because, they're going to close down if I try to debate them. If I just sit there and listen to them and let them talk, it does my job for me.
Yeah, because it's true because he just sits there and then they start stumbling over themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. Well, here's the thing, and it's just like this thing that comics broke me, right? Hashtag comics broke me. And this is a result. And, we are, my boys are really tough. They are. We try to raise them right, but they're also freaking spoiled as all hell. Spoiled, but we did that too because we wanted our kids to have a better life than we did. We both grew up in lower middle class families, not like Scala over here, Mr. Connecticut Yankee rich boy.
Grew up on the mean streets of Greenwich, bro.
That's right,
tough.
bro. You're high rolling in your Beamer, huh?
That's right.
Doing lawn jobs.
Yeah.
Busting garbage cans with baseball bats. Sorry.
Anyway,
but you have an entire generation of kids that everyone gets a trophy. Just for participating, you get a trophy. So now they feel that as a comic book creator, that they should be accepted. They should be making a living doing this. You know what I mean? That they deserve to be to get a living, to make a living doing this. It's their right. No, it's entertainment, as Nile, you were saying. It's not your right to make a living doing comics. It's a privilege, and it's something you have to earn, though, to do that. Just like if you want to be an actor, right? Hey,
correct.
I want to be an actor, so I deserve to be a movie star.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's not
how
it works.
It's all the entertainment industry, and it's cutthroat. Like, you got 1%, 1 or 2% chance of actually making it.
Well, so I know a lot of people don't like webtoons or like, because everyone typically, at least in our circle, likes traditional comics. I really like webtoons, and they don't really have this problem because webtoons are free comics you can read on your phone on the app, and it's based on popularity. So if the story is actually good, it gains popularity, and you don't know anything about the authors. Where in mainstream comics, they'll get hired on their diversity points, and the comic gets shoved down your throat, whether or not it's good. And so Webtoons, as you know, kind of crazy as that company is, and it's giving a lot of the creators problems because now they're starting to censor their creators. But all of the comics, like, so I went to a panel, and it was funny because at the panel, it was like the women creators, because it was like romance comics, and I wanted to meet the one girl that drew Lore Olympus. And it was fun. Every single one of the girls on the panel was white, and except for one, she was Hispanic. And I thought it was funny, and somebody like tweeted about it, and it's like, well, guess what? They're all the best. That's why they're on that panel, because they all have comics that they decided to draw on their iPads one night, and they are so good that they're getting hundreds of millions of views, and these girls are getting flown out from every part of the world to come to LA Comic-Con to talk about their comic. And it's not based on the color of their skin, it's based on their creativity and their talent. But you can't do that in regular comics now, because the numbers are so conflated, as where on the app, you can literally see how many people have clicked on this chapter and have read it. And so they can't do the fake diversity thing. So I find that fascinating when you actually are able to be given all the statistics you can see. And then there'll be people that are like, oh, well, people are only reading it because they're racist. I'm like, I had no idea what any of these people looked like.
Right.
When I was reading their comic, I was reading their comic because I was drawn in by the artwork and then by the story.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing with again, a lot of them, whether they want to admit it or not, and but it is true that a lot of these people are being hired for who they are rather than what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll get a book, and they'll get big books. They'll get mainstream comic books. They're not ready to write, say, or they're not good writers, right? Or artists. Then all of a sudden the work dries up because the next person comes along that checks even more boxes than them, say, and they get that job. Now, then these people, though, they feel that they deserve to be making comics. They are a comic book creator, and I'm sticking strictly with comics. But they're not making a living. But as Nile, again, the conversation you and I have had, instead of getting a job in a doctor's office, then say, right? Or working in a coffee shop, right? No, that's beneath them. They're comic creators. So they would rather resort to doing 2 or 3 GoFundMes every year for people to give them money. And then you have the people that are running these corporations, many of the big names, editors, things like that. They're enabling this fantasy that they should be making comics because they're asking for money. And then you'll have these editors and stuff giving money to their GoFundMe. So here's $100. Oh, thank you. Look, so-and-so gave me $100 to support me for this. But that person should hire them instead of just giving them money. So these people are placating them, and they're making the problem that much worse because they can hire them, but they're not hiring them. So let's keep them quiet. I'll give you $100. Oh, that's helping. Don't give them $100. Give them a job. But they don't want to give them a job because their books don't sell. Does that make any sense? Am I making that point right, Nile, or am I talking all over the place?
No, it makes sense to me.
You know, and it's like, it's sad. And you feel for these people. You know, it's their dream. Hey, it was my dream. You know, when I wanted to do it, there was no plan B for me. But if it failed, let me tell you something. There was going to be a plan B that I would be doing something else.
Well, see, I disagree. I don't think it's their dream to be a comic book creator, to tell stories. It's their dream to be known as a comic book creator. It's their dream to be famous. That's what they want. They don't necessarily care about the craft. And it's so frustrating. I think back, I'm like, gosh, if I would have known what I know now when I was in college, I would have gone into comics because I would have gotten hired instantly.
Right?
I could be writing Batman right now. I would have to keep my opinions to myself. But I'm like, I'm every ethnicity under the sun, basically. I guess I would just not be able to go blonde because then that's the funny thing is, like, when I had my dark hair, they'd be like, oh, you dumb chola. And I'm like, oh, but now that I have blonde hair, now I'm like a stupid white Karen, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, can you guys pick what ethnicity you think I am today? But I'm like, I could have gotten into Marvel or DC, and I'm like, oh my God, I could have had access to all of this and I could have been writing all this stuff. Like, I missed an opportunity, but whatever. Now I'm doing this and I don't have to answer to anyone but myself.
You're damn right, kid. You're damn right. I remember with like Debbie's sister, Lauren. Debbie's sister is surprised. She was like, one day, you know, hey guys, mom, guess what? Mommy and daddy we're having another baby. And Lauren's 17 years younger than Debbie.
Oh,
so
wow.
through my contacts, we got, and my wife and my sister-in-law is beautiful and she's brilliant. And she got in as an assistant for someone at DC Comics out of college. And let me tell you, if she wanted to stay there, but she wanted to have children, so she got married and now she's a stay-at-home mom, she would be the president of DC Comics, I think, right now, because they were throwing jobs at her. And then she's like, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to quit. She got offered from what's that book company that does DK Books. And she got a job at DK Books, and she was a higher up there. And they were throwing stuff at her. She was Jeanette Kahn's assistant, and she was holding meetings and all this stuff. And because she didn't care about comics, and she was really smart, you know, and she's cute and all. And it's stunning. Like, the people joke about their work wives, you know what I mean? These editors, and it's so true. And she's like, it's a little creepy up there.
No.
Yeah, but you were talking about the diversity, and like I said, there's all these white girls on the panel, and you know, you didn't care, but then someone said, "Oh, look, there's only all these white girls." I
didn't care. So it wasn't until people were canceling me. So this was like my first cancellation on Twitter. Was I went to LA Comic-Con and I was cosplaying as the character Persephone from Lore Olympus. So Lore Olympus is like it's like a soap opera comic. It's like girly and like all romantical, but it's got it's Greek mythology. And so a lot of girls are into it. It's one of the most popular comics on Webtoon, if not the most popular one. And so Rachel, the girl that wrote it, she's just some girl from New Zealand who was like just drawing this on napkins. And then one year she decided to put it up on Webtoon, and it's the most popular one. And so when I went, it was her first time doing a con ever, and they flew her out from New Zealand. And so I went to the con, and the characters, they're all like bright colors. So Persephone, she's completely pink. Okay. And like Hades is blue, and Zeus is completely purple. And so it's all colorful, and they all look like crayons, and it's cute. It's so cutesy, and it's so girly, and I love it. And so I painted my body like Persephone, and I had a video up on my channel. I went to the con, and when I was there, I ran into a cosplayer who was cosplaying as Rose Tico. So I took I asked her, I was like, hey, can I take a selfie with you? And she said yes.
Right.
So I took the photo. It's completely consensual. And they were canceling me for something. And then they went and they hunted her down. And they're like, she's abusing you. I didn't even know this girl had a Twitter. I never contacted her. They contacted her. They were trying to cancel me. Something to do with Ethan. I don't know. But then they're like, because I posted a picture of everyone at this con, everyone that was cosplaying with all the creators. And then somebody's like, of course she's going to like a white supremacist panel. And I'm like, I had no idea what any of these people, I was like, I knew what Rachel looked like because she had posted a selfie. I was like, so I knew what one person at this panel looked like beforehand. Like, are you serious?
Oh, shit, man. Get me out of here. I'm just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And
crazy world.
Yeah, well, these are the same people. So I don't know if you guys remember last summer, this girl, Gabby Petito, was killed by her boyfriend. So she's from my town, and Debbie's friends with her mother. She was the one in the van with her boyfriend. They were traveling across the United States, and her boyfriend came home. Brian Laundrie, who's also from my town, he came home, drove all the way from Florida, from Wyoming or wherever they were, without her. And now she's missing for weeks, and he murdered her. So our town all rallied around her, and then she became this symbol for spousal abuse and things like that. And the press, I remember the press, I don't know if it was CNN or someone or MSNBC were bitching that you see that you're showing all this coverage of this beautiful blonde, blue-eyed white girl. But what about the thousands of people of color that go missing every year, and that they never get, they're not being covered and stuff like that? And then I was like, Bish, and I said that, I said, Bish, I'm like, you guys get all the police reports when someone's missing. So that this person of color is missing, this young, American Indian, Native American girl is missing, or this young African American girl is missing, but you choose not to cover it. You're the ones who should be covering it. You're the ones that should be doing this, putting it out. But you don't deem it newsworthy enough.
Yep.
You know, but then once they just.
Well, you know why it is? It's because usually crimes are within its own ethnic group. And if they're not, it's usually a certain minority that's going after another one. And they don't want to victimize, or I should say demonize their own, right? So it's like, so if a Mexican girl goes missing because of human trafficking, well, guess what ethnicity those human traffickers are? They're probably Mexican, right?
And it's disgusting.
They want the white guys to be the bad guys.
Yeah, they do. And if it doesn't fit their narrative, just like when there's a mass shooting, you know, they're like, oh, gee. And they said that. Oh my God.
When they go over mass shootings, I'm like, do you want to look at the statistics for Chicago?
Yeah.
And talk about the demographics there and how many shootings happen per day in Chicago? Oh, but you are mad about this one shooting because the one person happened to be this skin color.
Right, but then and the thing is, if you remove the top 5 or 6 crime-ridden cities in the United States, if you remove, St. Louis, Detroit, Washington D.C., or our capital, Chicago, a few of these, the ones, Los Angeles. If you remove those cities, the murder rate and the gun crime rate drops considerably. Now, it's a cultural thing, because they say in Chicago, this is what the mayor said, that Lori Lightfoot, is that the reason why there are killings in Chicago, because even though we have the strictest gun laws in the nation, there's not even a gun shop in the city of Chicago. They're not getting the guns from Chicago. They're going over into Indiana and getting them. So they're going over the border to Indiana, buying the guns there and bringing them here. First of all, you cannot buy a gun in one state and bring it to the other state. You have to ship it to a federal firearms dealer. But anyway, my thing is, okay, so if they're buying all these guns, there's all these guns in Indiana, why are all those killings happening there?
Yeah.
They're the ones with all the guns. Why aren't those killings happening there?
I know. Well, I mean, you go to any like Midwest state and, you go to Texas, everyone there's got a gun.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be more safe in like Arkansas than I was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, at least in Arkansas, I'm pretty sure every guy around me and every woman around me probably has a gun, whereas I'm in San Francisco and you got hobos going crazy. So I don't know if you guys know this. So I was in the hospital because I got, basically the shit beat out of me by some crazy woman because she like wanted to kill me. And so I was in the hospital. I had to go to court. She was stalking me. She was calling me from prison every single day. It took, there was over 12 policemen there because I was really messed up. Like I still don't have complete control over my hand. My memory's pretty bad.
Oh my God. Like, when did this happen?
Almost 6 years ago, I think now, but it was right when BLM was getting started. And I mean, this woman was on every kind of drug possible, but she was looking to do what she was going to do. And I just happened to be, at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I didn't have time to get like my pepper spray out of my purse. And I was in the middle of San Francisco, 2:30 p.m., hundreds of people around me and not a single person helped me. Like while they're watching this woman like try to beat me to death on the street, not a single person helped me. The one person that was called the cops because he was on the top story of his building and saw, and that's how loud I was screaming. So imagine hundreds of people walking past you, not a single person did something. So I was like, I'm not safe here anymore because I'm a very small human, and when I'm not a fighter in that way. And so it's like, when I don't feel safe surrounded by hundreds of people, like I'd rather just be by myself. And so, yeah, San Francisco is terrible now, and it's scary.
Oh, it's gone. The city's gone. It's disgusting. So I have a story. I called Nile. Did I call you last night or this morning and tell you my story, Nile?
This morning.
This morning. So, all right. So last night I got a crazy story. I helped prevent, or I helped, I guess I assisted in stopping a second crime in my lifetime. So last night we had our American Legion officers installation, in my so we had all the at our post. So we had all the county officers came. It was a big deal. We had a dinner, the whole thing. Well, the thing is that we had, even though there's like 75 people there or maybe more, they bring out the food after the ceremony and everything. And man, these people are like animals. They just went for the food, and there was a giant line. So me and my buddies, I'm like, I'm not going to go. Let's wait. Let's hang out. So we just had a few beers or something. We're just hanging out. And then by the time I went to go eat, there was no food left. So we had the thing. So I'm on my way home and like, all right, so now it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I'm like, I got to eat something. So I'm like, oh, geez, I'll just go to 7-Eleven and get a bag of chips, right? So I go to 7-Eleven, buy my bag of Lay's potato chips. I'm driving home, a mile away from my home. And all of a sudden I'm at a light and these cop lights start screaming, woo, 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 right behind me. Stop. So I'm like, oh, man, am I being pulled over? What am I being pulled over for? So there's a dude in a little moped in front of me. I tell him to move ahead. Go, with the light so we can move out of his way. And the cop just says, no, just stay there over his megaphone. Just stay there. And I'm like, so his lights on. All of a sudden, I hear them cursing and this banging. And the car behind me, they were in a high-speed pursuit with this car on the highway and came right by and the guy stopped right up my ass behind me in my truck. So all of a sudden, they're like, fight, like, stop resisting. Don't you get out of the effing car, to punch. And all of a sudden I look and this big dude's fighting these two cops. So I'm like, holy shit. So I jump out of my truck and I go running around and this car stopped and I'm screaming. I'm like, call 911. I run around to the cops and I'm sitting there and they're fighting this guy. And like I said, this dude was big dude. I'm like, what do you guys need? Because do I grab his legs or tackle him? And I see the guy's keys fly out, and I grab the guy's keys and I put the keys on the top of the SUV, the police SUV. So I'm like, what do you guys need? And he goes, grab the taser. So I'm like, what? So all of a sudden he's like, there's a taser on the ground on the other side of the car. So he must have shot this guy with one taser, and then the other guy tried to shoot him with the other, and he must have knocked it out of his hand. So all of a sudden I ran, there's a taser on the ground, and I picked the taser up, and I had a clear shot at this guy, Scala.
I know, man. I know. You should have did it.
Nah, man. So I'm like, here you go, brother. Here you go. I'm like, so the guy give the cop the taser, and all of a sudden, it's the three of us. And I turn around. There's a couple of cars, and I'm like, call back up. So they hit this guy. You know what I mean? He's like, he's screaming. It was like so violent. So he jumps in the back of his car. So I run around the other side of the car to see if he's got a weapon or something, so I could tell them because they're on the driver's side. I run around the passenger side. Finally, they pull him out. They drag him out. They finally get him cuffed, and then also they subdue him, throw him in the car. And then he's like, "I'm like, you're right. You hurt?" He's like, "No." He goes, "Thank you, brother." He goes, "You just saved us with that. Get me that taser." So I'm like, "All right, so you guys are good." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, take it easy." And I got my car and I left. But I assisted in an arrest, Scala.
Look at that.
So I told Debbie the story last night, and then I'm like, I'm ordering like a sheriff's badge on Amazon, right? Like a cool sheriff's badge. I'm gonna like a kid's one. I'm just gonna wear it. So that's my story, Scala.
Good times, man.
Anyway, somebody had said that let's go back to your campaigns instead of going off on our tangent here. Someone says to you that, let me get up here. Yes, most of them are handguns. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation we can get into, man.
Well, I mean, here's just to put it in perspective, guns in Mexico are illegal. You cannot own a gun in Mexico.
Yep.
What is one of the biggest crime countries in the world per capita? Oh, is it Mexico? Funny how that is. Isn't Mexico run by the cartels because the people can't defend themselves? So
you're right.
The guys that have the guns. So outlawing guns in America isn't going to change anything. It just makes it so that way, because bad people are going to do bad things no matter what. Drugs are illegal in America. There's so many people that are drug addicts. Murder is illegal in every country.
Yeah.
There's still people getting murdered.
Yep.
So making a law preventing it is not going to stop it, but allowing people ways to defend themselves is going to cause less crime because people aren't going to break into everyone's houses because they might get shot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There over 30,000 gun murders in Mexico, but you cannot own a firearm. You can't buy one. There's no way to buy it. So, and I'm going to end on this, and then we're going to talk all about you. I already have you over, and I said we're going to only go an hour. But I was in France. So Debbie and I are in Paris, and one of the guys, and we're at a Comic-Con, and he says, I got a question for you. What is with you Americans and your guns? Now, I'm a Second Amendment guy all the way, you know? And I'm like, all right, well, let me ask you something. I said, so here we're in Paris right now. You guys cannot possess a firearm, can you? You can't buy one and you can't own one, correct? You can't even touch one, correct? He's like, yes. I said, well, then answer me one question then. So if you guys are forbidden to have firearms, why is every one of your police officers armed?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, and he looks at me indignantly. He goes, oh, please, Billy. He goes, well, you know that criminals and terrorists will always find a way to get a gun. And I said, you just answered my freaking question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let me show you something that like pissed off Twitter. Let me find.
Yeah,
so
sure,
this is one of the ones I didn't end up using for my last campaign. But so this is from my Quiet cosplay. So Quiet's a character in a video game that pissed off a lot of the feminazis because it's not her power, but so in this universe they have
I love this one. I saw this.
Thank you. So this is from my Quiet cosplay. And so she gets her life source from the sun, so she can't wear very much clothing or else she suffocates, because that's how she breathes, is through the sun. But so I was shooting with this gun and I had to go to Nevada to do it, and so like people were losing their minds because they're like, oh my god, that Star Wars girl has a gun. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was shooting the gun too. And so they're like, you shouldn't be able to own that. And I'm like, F you guys. Like,
isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah.
That's
and
a
I'm
308 too. That's an AR-10. Whose rifle is that?
Considering it is not
okay, it's a it's an AR-10. That's a 308.
Actually, this is an AR-10, so this one is legal in California. But there might have been some photos that had some stuff. So it just nice. It's a person who's in a state where you're allowed to have it. So that's why we went to Nevada to shoot this. But
there's nothing hotter than a girl with a gun. I'm sorry.
But so that was kind of controversial. But I'm just like, I didn't, just because I had a gun, I didn't kill anyone, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not Harry. That's because before I take photos, guys. Did you see any aliens? No. But yeah, so that's like, just because the gun is there does not mean, and I hate the argument like, oh, guns kill people. It's like, no. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah, exactly.
People have been killing people since the beginning of time. Before guns, people were stabbing each other. I didn't know this. I followed some pug on the internet that was famous for this YouTube video because it had some kind of, I don't know, brain thing where it can't run. So it like does this weird hop thing. Look up the pug that doesn't run. It's a viral YouTube video. And that pug was from Belfast, Ireland. And I learned because of this pug that Belfast, Ireland it has the hospital, the #1 hospital in the world for stab wounds. Because they're not allowed to have guns. So they stab each other. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. And you got to be a hard motherfucker to stab somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, that is friggin' personal, man. I mean, that's nasty. Well, here's the thing: is that more people in the United States, they talk about the AR-15, which is really just a semi-automatic weapon. That AR-10 you have is the same platform. The bullet's just bigger. And I can show you the difference between a bullet, an AR-15 bullet. It's a 22 caliber bullet and a 30 caliber bullet.
I like bigger bullets better. That's just of course. Yeah, what I was thinking, I think it was 310, so it was like about this big.
Yeah, I'll show. Yeah,
they're expensive, but I like them better, and I like rifles and bigger guns better than handguns, just because when it can go in my shoulder, I have more control as compared to the handgun.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you something. So this is your AR-15 bullet. Okay, so I won't go big. I'm going to show you.
You know what's funny? When you ask somebody that's against guns or AR-15s, I'm like, aside from the fact that it's a gun, what can you tell me the difference? Can you tell me what's dangerous about it? Can you tell me specifically why this gun should be illegal? And they can't because they don't know anything about guns.
No, they can't. They absolutely. And so that's another thing. If they tell men that they can't talk to a woman about abortion because they don't have a uterus, well, then you don't talk to me about gun control if you don't own a firearm.
Yeah.
So anyway, so just to put in context, and these were made for the reason why these were used is for money, that the soldiers can carry a lot more ammunition than the Russians could, and then the Soviets couldn't afford to make this much ammunition like we did. So, but here's the bullet that our U.S. forces use today.
Yeah.
This is the ammunition our World War II soldiers carried.
Yeah.
So this is you see the difference. Look at that. This is what we use to kill Germans, Nazis, and this is what our military uses today. This is the AR-15 bullet. The bullet the 308 bullet is probably like this big because it's the same caliber It's just shorter. You know, the brass is just a little shorter. So that's that. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, because I don't have control over my hands like I used to, so that's why I like the bigger bullets. I feel like personally I have more control. The smaller the bullet is, I feel like I don't know. I have worse aim, if that makes sense.
Oh. And Mr. Paul Teller, thank you, Paul. Yes, I have no issue with people who want guns to have proper training and a psych check. A lot of these mass shooters wouldn't pass. Absolutely not. And another thing about these mass shooters, like that girl that went and shot up the kids in that elementary school, where the manifesto has been, covered up. She did that because of hate against trans people. And you look at them, they're like the most, they're not, there's no hate towards them. I'm sure there's assholes everywhere, but my God, they use that for an excuse, but then that didn't fit the narrative. So that story went away real quick.
Well, so the thing with her, though, is that she was on testosterone, and women are already very emotional creatures. And when it's that time of the month, we get even crazier. And so add testosterone to that. Yeah, she went freaking crazy.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is that all these kids, all these people in these mass shootings, there's one thing in common. Now I'm talking about, is that they're all on drugs. They're all on some kind of drugs. They're being given stuff. Either they're given hormones, things that your body shouldn't have. They're being prescribed medication for ADD, ADHD, Alzheimer's, Asperger's, or whatever. They all have that same MO, and we're just over medicating these people. And again, that going along with the perception that everyone deserves, everyone has to be famous. Everyone should get this because everyone deserves a trophy. They're angry. They're bitter because they've never had to work hard. They've never suffered. They've never been poor for the most part. You know what I mean? Unless they're like a gangbanger. And that's the majority of your mass shootings are when, gangbangers are shooting and stuff like that. So anyway.
Well,
yeah.
Also, like the people that say you need a psych evaluation, I think I said that one time on a live stream and people lost their minds at me. And I'm like, well, I was in the middle of a conversation. I misspoke. Because it's like people that need a psych evaluation and they won't pass to get a gun, they're still going to get a gun, right? Yeah. Like, so pot is illegal in states still. It was illegal in California. There's a lot of potheads in California before that stuff was legal, and they probably wouldn't pass a psych evaluation. Right. So even if you can't get it through legal means, you can get it through other ways. So even that's not going to stop it. And it's literally our Second Amendment right for a reason.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the second one on there if, our founding fathers didn't have a good reason for that. Right. So everyone is entitled to defend themselves.
And it's the only amendment that protects all the others.
Yep.
Without the Second Amendment, all those other, they're just words on a piece of paper. That's all they are. And it's just, I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand. I could talk about this. See, this is what we have to drink and do. It's talk about this stuff. Citizen Citizen Ronin, M1 Garand for the win. Absolutely. This is an N block. This is M1 Garand ammo.
Did you get that super chat, Billy?
No, I didn't see a super chat.
Yeah, we got one a little while ago.
Oh Lord. You want to find that while I'm talking to Anna here?
There you go, Chris Thacker.
Thank you, my friend. $4.99. Hang on. That was shitty, wasn't it? That was a terrible one. All right. SJWs have been told they're special all their life, and then find out they're mediocre humans at best. Their life has been a lie, and they are pissed. Right. Yep. Not everyone's going to be Tom Brady. Sorry. That's just the way the world is. All right, Anna. So you have a cool thing here. It says become a Barbie. So let's switch to
I'm
the
sorry, I missed what you said. I heard the cough.
Yeah, what was that, Nile? Yeah, right.
Oh, I thought the mute went on. Sorry.
No.
All right,
I thought the mute button on my.
All right, so Anna, you have Becoming Barbie video.
Yeah.
On the campaign. So let's watch this. Let's watch you.
Oh God. I hate hearing myself talk. Yeah, but we can watch it.
No, we'll be nice. Come on.
What's up, all my Ewok Shovels, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also at Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, I am going to be...
You're brunette here.
You're echoing, so you need to mute yourself while you play the video.
Okay.
But look at
transforming into
brown or blonde.
Barbie. Now, I was over on Instagram because that is probably the app that I am most addicted to, and an ad came on my little timeline for this store called Unique Vintage. And I saw some of their stuff and I was like, oh my gosh, that's super cute. But then I saw their Barbie line and their Barbie collection. And of course, they had the iconic swimsuit. And I was like, ah! Oh my gosh, I have to get this. Now, I originally ordered an extra small because according to the measurements, that's what would fit me. And guys, I got it. It came in. I tried it on and it came to about here on me. So one thing, if you ever do plan on ordering from this company, unless you're flat chested, go up a size and don't make the mistake that I did. And so I called the store because I was trying to figure out if they had one of these swimsuits in stock that I could try on in store and then, you know, get a better grasp of what my sizes were for this brand. And they only had a medium available and they said that they could order me the small just in case if like the medium didn't fit or just so I could grasp my sizing. So I drove up to Burbank. Now, after a very long drive, I made it to the store and oh my gosh, there's so much more in store and it's all so cute in person. So I was like, no, can't get distracted. I am on a mission. Oh, look, there's me. Hello, everyone. So I made my way back to the changing room and I tried on the medium. Now it was way too big for me. If I didn't have these straps on, it would fall down and there is a lot of extra material that I will show you in a moment. But all in all, it's such a cute suit. So I just decided since the smalls were out of stock just to buy this and then take it home and fix it. So fingers crossed.
Okay, so I just left the store and even though it was a little too big, I still got it because these smalls were out of stock. And so I'm just going to take this home and alter it. So let's go.
All right, now this is a supply that was not on my initial list because I did not plan on having to, you know, go on this adventure to get this suit and make all of these intense alterations. So this is actually thread that has elastic in it, which is what you need whenever you're making alterations to something that stretches. I have it already set up at my sewing machine. So now that I've gone over that with you, let's run over to my sewing machine and start on these alterations. Fingers crossed for me that I don't screw this up though. So first I start off by marking where exactly I'm going to put the stitching. Now I'm trying to follow the natural curve that this swimsuit has. So hopefully I can still keep that hourglass shape even after I start the alterations. Now, I've been using the sewing machine for a while, but I am in no way an expert at all. I just do what I think is supposed to be right. And based on what I've seen, like my mother and what I used to see my grandmother do back in the day. So I'm in no way an expert, but I have fun and it always seems to work out the way that I want it. And that's really all that matters. So fingers crossed this one does as well. All right, it's been a few hours, but guys, it's done and I'm so happy with the way that it came out. And now it's not perfect and there are still some things that I need to fix and I didn't end up cutting any of the material just because I'm terribly afraid to and I wasn't sure if it was going to be too big or too small still. I added the like rouging to the butt and it's so cute. It makes the like the stripes like curve and it makes my butt look like a heart. So it's so cute and I love it. So I did that and all you had to do really was like add a little elastic and then like sew it like that. But you have to do it by hand, not with a sewing machine. I'm really glad that I did it because I absolutely love the way that it came out. And I cannot wait to like put everything on and go and do the shoot. But first,
we got to fix my hair because Barbie is blonde and I am clearly not. My hair has grown out since last time I got it done. So let's run over to, let's wait a few hours until it's daylight and run over to the salon and go see my stylist, Juliet, and have her fix all of this and make me look like Barbie. All right, guys, so I just got to the beauty salon and I am so excited to see Juliet and have her fix my hairs and make me look like Barbie. So let's go. And this is like an all-day process. This is going to be close to 6 or 7 hours. You're muted.
How long did it? Yeah, well, I muted so I don't mess the thing up. How long did it take you to get your hair done?
6 or 7 hours, I think.
Wow.
I know.
That's
you do have a lot of hair.
I do.
All right. And another thing. All right. And I've met you. You are a tiny human, right? But I've seen you in person. I've hugged you. And come on, extra small, really? I'm not being a dick. You really thought an extra small?
This shirt is an extra small. I wear extra smalls.
Now we need one of the banners that says like it's what's his name, Ron Jeremy saying I don't believe you.
I can show you the tag.
No, you are tiny in most places.
Yeah. Well, I mean, based on they give you the measurements, and based on the measurements, it should have fit me. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's just those online stores, Billy. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all. All right, hang on.
And just like that, I'm blonde. This is so weird. I don't know if I like it or not, but definitely doesn't look the way that it did before. And I think this looks closer to Barbie. But this is definitely blonde, to say the least. All right, guys, today is the next day. This is what I look like after sleeping on the brand new hair. No makeup, because I am going to get all glammed up today because today is the photo shoot day. But first, I wanted to take a look at the look that we are going to do. So this is the classic vintage Barbie. So obviously, she's got her hair up in a ponytail. It's all curly. She's got the curly little bangs, blue eyeshadow, some intense eyeliner, some arched eyebrows, and red lipstick. So let's do that. So here we are, clean face, no makeup. Let's fix that. Oh my gosh, this I look crazy. Yeah, these You're muted.
I know. I have to move over from this monitor. All right. You don't have bangs. How did you get bangs? Or do you have bangs?
They're here.
Oh, you do? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I cut them a little bit longer so that way they can blend in with my hair. But so yeah, for this I did have to cut my hair.
All right. Don't cut too much of your hair, okay?
I won't. Yeah, no.
Right.
These are very, very different. The red lipstick, I think, is the one thing I could work with, maybe like even the ponytail. But the blue eyeshadow, I mean, I look like a total clown. But once I get the outfit on and I'm there for the photo shoot, it's all going to come together and hopefully, fingers crossed, not look too crazy. I sincerely hope. But guys, today is photo shoot day. So what I'm going to do now is get everything together, go over to the studio, get in my full Barbie gear, and take some photos. So let's go. All right, guys, I just got to the photo studio and I'm gonna shoot my Barbie set. Fingers crossed it goes well.
You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. I'm a blonde single girl in a fantasy world. Lift me up, make it tight, I'm your
just like that, my Barbie shoot and cosplay are complete. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you that have been supporting my channel throughout the years and have come out and just droves and supported my brand new calendar. We raised over $50,000 in less than a week. That is absolutely huge. And I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much. And if you guys haven't checked out the calendar, the link is down below in the description of this video. If you guys liked this video and liked this process of me becoming Barbie, please smash that like button. Leave me a comment down below of what your favorite part of this video was and what you guys think I should improve upon and what you guys would like to see more of in the next one, because I'm planning, fingers crossed, to do process videos of every single cosplay for this calendar. We'll see if I actually am able to do that, because it's a lot of chaos and a lot of stuff going on all at once, but I'm going to try, because I didn't do it for the last calendar and you guys, highly requested that I come back and start doing these. So I did. So let me know what you guys think and what you want to see more of and all of that good stuff. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. Once again, everyone.
And now it's mad.
Thank you so much for
watch this part
watching
as
my video
my
all the way to the
advocate
end,
for
and
video.
also for supporting me and my channel and my content. And if you guys would like to support me further, my newest cosplay calendar is live right now on Indiegogo. You guys can go and back it. We already have raised over $50,000 in less than a week of it being launched in the first 30 days. So thank you so much to everyone that came out to support this. I have been putting so much of my heart and soul into this calendar and doing these cosplays, and I'm loving the way each and every one of them has turned out. And if you guys want to follow along, go over and back this campaign or check up on it, because I will be posting updates as more and more cosplays get completed. I have done 2 already. This is, of course, my 3rd cosplay calendar that I've done, and the reception for the first one was great. The reception for the second one was even better, and I hope that this one I can, really blow it out of the ballpark, and hopefully you guys will all like it, which you guys all seem to have so far. So once again, just thank you, everyone. Check on the campaign for updates for, more cosplays as they're going to be coming out. It is linked down below in the description of this video, so you guys can go and check it out. And once again, guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you guys would like to support me further, I actually have this.
I do.
You're muted.
Awesome, though. Awesome, kid.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, all that hard work, and everybody's saying stuff. So Marilyn,
I
Kirby.
just shot Marilyn. That one was so much fun. I think it's my favorite one because we went to the beach and we're shooting. So right next to the beach we were at, there's a puppy beach, and I was like, we should have just gone to the puppy beach. And my photographer Dylan, he's like, no, we'll both get distracted. And then the middle of the shoot, the littlest French bulldog puppy is walking by, and it comes right up to us, and we stop the photo shoot to hold this puppy. But here, I'll show you. So this is from, the Marilyn shoot that I just did. I love it. I'm like, I feel like I should just dress like Marilyn all the time, because that's a look, man.
Oh, hang on.
So
wow, that's gorgeous.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Wow.
Unedited straight from the camera. But so yeah, this is Marilyn, guys. Bunch of different ones. But so I got in the water, which was fun. I like this one because of the waves. But yeah, so this was a lot of fun to do. We just went out to Huntington Beach. That's the pier. You want to know fun fact, that building at the end of the pier right here? I used to work there.
Oh, really?
Really?
What is it?
Yeah, it was a Ruby's Diner. So when I first moved down to SoCal, I feel like that's the best way to meet people. So I just got a part-time job as a waitress. And so you also stay in great shape because you're moving constantly. So I just was a waitress part-time sometimes. And I worked at this one.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So, all right, you're now coming in. You're coming on. Let's show the campaign real quick. Share the screen. Is it this one?
I need to show you guys this puppy because he was so cute.
Yeah,
so
show it to us.
I did
a little promo shoot. Igloo, the coolers, they sent me some of their products, and so they didn't ask for anything. I was like, let me just do a photo shoot with one of them, and so I had that all set up. But look at him! And he matched me and everything. He had a little weird vest. He's not looking because of the sun, but so he's like, look at me and the puppy. And then the other puppy came in. It's so cute. Look at the puppy.
Oh yeah. What's
And I'm extra smiley because look at him. He's so little. He's a puppy dog.
What was it? What was it? What? When did you shoot this?
Wednesday or Tuesday.
Oh, so it's warm out. Is it warm down there?
You would hope, but no, it's actually been overcast like crazy. So that was the one day that there was supposed to be sun. So me and Dylan, I have so many of these cosplays done, but all of them are beach shoots. And so I have to wait on the sun. And I'm so frustrated because I'm like, I could have gotten like at least 6 shoots done last month, but it's been cloudy and miserable outside. It's not cold. It's pretty nice weather as far as like the temperature, but the sun's not out. And so it was the one day that the sun was out. So I texted, I was like, we're going to shoot tomorrow. And he's like, okay.
What's the water temperature?
I don't know. Probably it's cold, but I mean, I'm used to it.
Yeah, because I remember I went to the beach in California out in LA, and holy crap, the Pacific Ocean is so friggin' cold compared to the Atlantic Ocean.
Really? I heard the Atlantic is more cold than the Pacific.
I don't know. It was freezing day I went. And it was like after San Diego,
beach did
it was
you go
like
to?
July or August when I went, and that
What
water
beach
was
did you
cold.
go to?
Well, my buddy lives in Marina Del Rey, so somewhere around there, whatever beach we went to.
Okay.
And then I came back and I thought someone stole my Cheetos.
I
come back, I go.
You
we
and
go
your chips,
swimming.
man.
I had a bag of Cheetos on my towel, right? So we go swimming and we're hanging out in the water. I'm like, all right, it's cold. Let's go back. So I go back and my Cheetos are gone. And I'm like, now I'm from New York. I'm like, who effing stole my effing Cheetos? Who stole my Cheetos? What am I? Someone and my buddy Mark's like, dude, I'm like, no, one of these bastards right around here stole my effing Cheetos. And this guy's laughing. And I'm like, did you took my cheese? Like, he goes, no, dude. He goes, look over there. And there was the bag, like leaning against like a garbage can or whatever. And he said, as soon as you guys got up and left, about 10 seagulls just came and attacked that bag and ripped the shit out of the bag and ate all the Cheetos. So that's my California beach story.
Yeah, some beaches you have to be, because sometimes they're really warm, but it's like the tides and which ones. Huntington Beach it's good. That's where I shot at, and I like.
OC?
Huh?
Is that OC? Orange County?
Yeah.
OC's
yeah, I live in Orange County.
So, all right, I'm going to share your screen. And we've had you on for a while, and you're a great sport. So, thank you. Let me add you. So, here's a campaign. I want to talk. So, right now you're coming on 60,000. You got 478 backers. You're 22 backers away from 500 backers. Come on, guys. Let's help Anna out here. Help her out. I mean, she deserves it. Oh, you got more backers. Look at that. Boom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a $60,000 stretch goal yet announced?
No, I haven't made my stretch goals. I've been meaning to do that for the past few days, but I'm going to be going out of town this weekend. So I've been trying to get like YouTube stuff done before I do that. I'll do this tonight. I'll make the stretch goals. But so the first calendar, I did posters as stretch goals. And so I ended up with so I had to order 6 different posters. 2,000 of each poster. So that took up a lot of space in my house.
Yeah, I would do it. If I were you, I would do trading cards. Okay, I would do your Barbie. That could be your $60,000 stretch goal, depending of when you want to launch it. Do the Barbie, do one of those images, or the Marilyn. I would say Marilyn for like 70 maybe or something, 65, 70. But right now, what do you think? Trading card? Wouldn't you love a?
I don't know. I was thinking like life-size body pillows. I think the fans really appreciate
that's too much
that.
for a stretch goal. Well, so I
for a new tier.
For the first campaign, I did posters. The second campaign, I did stickers, and then this one, I was thinking of doing like postcards, but trading cards could be good too.
Yeah, trading cards.
Trading cards are good.
Yeah, but also postcards are kind of cool because it's a bikini swimsuit issue that you can have. you know, if you do the Dr. No, you know, the Honey Rider, the Ursula
Mhm.
Andress from James Bond. Wish You Were Here, and you have someone make a design like the Welcome to Asbury Park, New Jersey sort of thing, but wherever that island is or something.
Mhm.
You know, like, or, you know, Marilyn Monroe, Welcome to Hollywood, you know, like that sort of, or Huntington Beach, and you can have a cool little postcard like that. And that's a great stretch goal right there. And you have on the back something that somebody can actually mail, and they're relatively inexpensive as well. Brian Polito, who has Lady Death, had their rule for their stretch goals is you do not spend any more than 25 cents on a stretch goal. I haven't been able to do that yet.
I know.
But you do things like that, like postcards are a lot more cheaper than a poster. And I think that's a cool, fun little thing, you know.
Right now,
Huntington Beach.
Space is my biggest issue right now because it's like I have stuff left over from the first calendar, and now I have stuff left over from the second calendar, and now that I'm doing a third, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to make Eric July money so I can get a warehouse at this point.
Yeah, because it looks like Indiegogo. Yeah, it looks like Indiegogo threw up all over your house, right?
Yeah, it does. And when Chrissy and Lila came over, we did a Sailor Moon photo shoot, and they came over to my house, and I told them, I was like, okay, like my house is clean, but like there's one room, which is the kitchen and the dining room table, that is completely covered in packing supplies, so please don't judge me. And then Chrissy, we were doing the stream, and somebody's like, oh, tell us about Anna's house. She's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of projects everywhere. And I'm like, it's in one room, damn it. And I warned you, I'm in the middle of fulfillment.
Well, see, that's a great that you have Chrissy, you know, like you could make a postcard is one of the images from the Sailor Moon photo shoot.
Well, so the
what?
Well, so those are actually, this is the first time I'm announcing this, but the next calendar is supposed to be anime. And so I've had Chrissy and Lila out here. I've had Brittany Vinti out here, and we've done photo shoots together as the Sailor Scout. So I always cosplay as Sailor Mercury. And then so Brittany was Sailor Jupiter, Chrissy was Sailor Moon, Lila was Chibiusa. And so we did photo shoots as those characters. And so for the next campaign, my stretch goals, those ones are going to go back to posters. And so those will be the ones where it's us, like the group shots as stretch goals. So those will be big ones for the next campaign. So that's my little mini announcement there. But yeah, so that's for the next one in the work. So it's like I got to plan these all out now, and it's a lot. But yeah, for this, like postcards or trading cards, I think would be good. I know Patrick T says stickers again. Yeah, the stickers are the most expensive things to make.
Yes.
But they're cool. And then some people don't like stickers because they're like, it's too girly. And I'm like, I don't know.
Stickers are cool.
Tell me.
What'd you say now?
No, I said stickers are still cool too. I mean, a lot of people like to get stickers. Yeah. I mean, they're just stretch goals, right? So it's kind of like some of the Chachi stuff that you can get out there. You know, trading cards, stickers, maybe those pens that when you tip over, they do stuff.
Oh, you got one from It's Meow. Here we go. What do you think of that? Are you doing that? Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Paul. Sorry, Paul. Slave Leia? You do Slave Leia?
So I was planning on it. So I have a friend who does costumes in Hollywood, and her mentor is one of the guys that worked on Star Wars. And she said that, like, I guess he's seen my cosplay and he likes it. And that he's like, oh, I can probably get her the real Slave Leia costume or one of the ones from the set. And so I could make my own Slave Leia costume, but so that one is really dependent on if I can get that. Because could you imagine how cool that would be, wearing an authentic Slave Leia costume from the movie? Like, so that one is really dependent on that. And so that's why if you scroll somewhere on this page, I have the list of characters that I'm going to be cosplaying as.
I was going to get to that. Yep, but I passed it. Okay,
and
here you go. Boom.
There's I couldn't remember what the last one was, but that's because I have extras. So I always have, even though it's like 12 months, I always have at least 15 in mind because stuff falls through. So like Sailor Mercury wasn't supposed to be on this cosplay calendar, but I was like, you know what? I have everything for it. And like, I have to have a safe zone, you know? And I'm like, so the Red Sonja one, I honestly don't know if that's going to happen because I'm dependent on, you know, props from other people. So in my last calendar, I did Miranda from Mass Effect. And so that character, I had the bodysuit was custom made for me. The guy that makes all of those skin tight bodysuits that you see, like the Rogue cosplay and the Alita one that I did, or like all the Spider-Man ones, he messaged me because he's like, hey, I'm the one that designs those. Anything you want, I can make you. So the last cosplay calendar, all my bodysuits were custom made from him, and they're one of a kind. I'm the only one in the world that owns those bodysuits. And so I had Miranda made. I ordered the prop blaster from Etsy, and 6 months of not hearing from this guy. I'm like, hey, my photo shoot is like this week. And I messaged him, got an automated response saying that the store is closing. So I was like, I know you said you took a long time to make these, but it's been 6 months. You've never responded to a single message. And I refunded it. Immediately, I get a message from him, a very angry message. And I'm like, mofo, I messaged you how many times? I need this. I went to Target, got a $14 Nerf gun, painted it the day before the photo shoot, and it worked out great. So I don't want to be in those situations where I have the photo shoot the next day and I don't have a costume or the props. So there's some changes. So I had like Tigra. Do you guys know her? Like she's
yeah.
I have hers, which I forgot to add to this list. The Slave Leia is a possibility. There's another one that's not on this list that I had that I actually have like supplies for and everything. But so a lot of these, they're all in different stages of production. The Lady Death one is ready to go. I need to talk to your friend Brian about getting.
Yeah, we'll talk. Well, I'll make the introduction.
Well, wherever I like,
he'll love you. You guys will love each other.
I want to know who made him his sword, because I've been looking everywhere for a replica Lady Death sword, and they don't make them. They're like this big, so I want a real size Lady Death sword.
Well, see, this is what you have to do: is that you have such connections that you should be able to just put it out there. Hey, I need a blaster. Anyone have a blaster I could borrow for a month?
Yeah.
If you want, and maybe if you want to own it and walk around, but that's more shit in your house, you know?
I know. Well,
I got these awesome Blade Runner ones. You want to do Decker or someone from Blade Runner? I got the Blade Runner guns right here. Like, they're phenomenal. They're like $2,000 worth of
See, I'm like a hoarder. So Cecil, if he was here, he'd be yelling at me right now. He'd be agreeing with you and yelling at me because I'm like, I want to have all of it. So I have the Alita sword. It's up on my wall. I have Conan the Barbarian sword behind me. I don't know if you can see, it's leaning up against my easel. But so I got that one for Lady Death, or not for Lady Death, for Red Sonja, because I don't like her sword. I'm like, I would rather have Conan the Barbarian sword. And so I got that at MegaCon, and it was on sale. It was, I think, like 300 and something. I got it for $60 because it was damaged.
Nice.
And I'm like, I'm going to Photoshop out that damage, and I'll get the Conan the Barbarian sword for $60.
Well, when I introduce you to Brian, if you can wait, I mean, that's in a few weeks. About 4
weeks already. When is
San Diego's like 4 weeks away.
Oh shoot! I need to book a hotel room.
Yeah. So we gotta thank you so much. It's me, how $50. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're that Star Wars girl. Slave Leia better be in there. We've waited years for this. Come on.
Okay. You know what? I'll just make it then. I got supplies to make it. I can make my Slave Leia costume. I'm honestly the most excited I am for all of these. I'm really excited for Savage Land Rogue because I love Rogue. There's if you look it up, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. There's this place in Southern California called the Bridge to Nowhere. And so they were planning on putting this freeway through the mountains. And so they built the bridge, but then the freeway never got built. So there's just this random beautiful bridge in the middle of the mountains in the forest, and it goes over this river. And so I'm like, Savage Land. So I was like, oh, let's have Rogue with like that one actually would probably be better for Planet of the Apes now that I think of it, because it's like the worlds that's all destroyed. So I might do that now that I'm thinking about it. But that one.
I don't know if I thanked you, It's Me How, for that wonderful super chat. Thank you for that. Yeah, I would love. People have been, my buddies, friends have been texting me and stuff, and I think you'd make it amazing. Do you think she'd make a great Nova from Planet of the Apes, Nile?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a cool one. Everyone loves Nova from the Planet of the Apes. And you said you're considering, doing the Raquel Welch from 1 million years BC.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another one. Everything's out there. Even if you,
I know.
You talk about the Slave Leia costume. That costume's 40 years old. It's probably falling apart, the real one now.
Yeah, so I need to make it. It's just, well, and that'll be me experimenting in a different realm of making things. Because what I usually do with these is I get found objects and I put them together to make it what it is. So the Slave Leia will be me being very industrious in that realm. So that it's a little out there, but yeah, you're right. I probably should. I don't know.
Well, it could be like a contingency plan, right? Make that costume. Then if you can get the real costume, then you wear that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go out to the desert.
Yes, and then go out to the desert.
And you could shoot the 1 million years BC, the Slave Leia and the Planet of the Apes one all the same day.
So I have learned this about myself. I am a 1 shoot per day person, or else the second shoot, like I get progressively worse. So it's like I have to have all of my energy into one and it'll be great. But if I do more than one, my energy just goes and the shoots get worse and worse.
Right. Yeah. Because you're getting into character.
Yeah. I think if it was just like I'm still being the same person, I just change up the costume a bit, that's a little different. But when I'm doing multiple characters in one day, it gets really exhausting.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, because you can see the work even from the Barbie shoot that's indoors in a studio.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like that's all day thing. I mean, it's
6 hours in hair.
Well, so the Sailor Mercury one, I shot that one and the full costume, the Sailor Mercury, so like the non-bikini one. So I did the non-bikini one first, and then I did the bikini one. So the bikini one, I'm actually exhausted because it's the end of the day, and I was like, I'm sitting on the stool the rest of the shoots. So there was very few photos from that shoot that I liked because I spent 4 hours before that just shooting the Sailor Mercury character for the anime calendar. Yeah. And then because I was like, let's do the costume first, because when I do the bikini, I got to put like all this coconut oil all over my body. So that'd be terrible having all coconut oil and then putting on a costume on top of that. So I was like, let's do the other one first. And I told Dylan, I was like, I would never again. I've learned my lesson now. Like 1 shoot per day is all I have in me. But each shoot is like 4 to 6 hours long.
Oh yeah, it makes total sense. Plus, you got to get your ass out there. You got to get out there to do it. All right, I got one here that I don't know why. I just thought of it now. Let me share it. Here we go. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing yours for a second, and then we'll let you go because we've had you on way too long, and I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I usually stream like 4 to 6 hours. So.
I know, but that's your show. We don't want to bother you. But what about this one? Hang on, close this. Come on, close.
Daily News.
Yeah, close.
Dallas Morning News. Uh-oh.
Oh, you ass.
What's going on?
I have to go. All right, forget it.
I need to subscribe so you can see it.
Yeah, I got it. Let me stop it. Yeah, it wants me to. Of course, the one I pick is the one that I got.
Betty Page.
Yes.
I saw it. It was kind of like reading.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I know I have the wig for her. Actually, my Lois Lane wig is actually a Betty Page wig, but I was thinking maybe doing. There's so many ideas now, like doing a pinup one, and
that
do like Betty Page.
That could be like the next calendar.
Well, so I know you, like we talked at Comic-Con last year, Billy, and you said I should do like classic movie posters like Audrey Hepburn and stuff like that. So I was thinking of doing like a classic, like the classic ladies, and so I could do Audrey. I've already done Marilyn. I could do Betty Page and stuff.
That Star Wars girl, the Golden Age.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Cosplay calendar. And that would be huge because you could do, like I said, Betty Page. You could do Fay Ray from King Kong.
Yeah.
Her hair wild and having like her ripped up stuff. That would be cool. But cool stuff. Like I said, definitely you got to do Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's. But then you could do fun stuff too. You could Raquel Welch when she was in that cowboy with 100 rifles or something like that. And it's endless the possibilities of what you could do. Because you're an animal.
I'd want to like do a birds reenactment. Like, let me just like get the girl and just be like,
Yeah.
Well, I even was like, I could just get in a little rowboat and have my head bleeding.
Yeah. You could do Psycho. You could do Janet Leigh.
yeah.
Psycho, you're in the shower and you just see, you know what I mean? Like, and you're like, yeah.
Oh my god! And then somebody could Photoshop Cecil as Norman with the wig. And like,
Yeah, you gotta do that.
we should do that. All of us on the somebody in the chat Photoshop all of us from the Jack Show as characters in Psycho.
Yeah, definitely. You should do that. You could do Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay, so Billy, I had a monster calendar planned, and so the same company that did my Barbie swimsuit, what's it, Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
So my two favorite American legends are Sleepy Hollow, like the Headless Horseman, and Zorro. I love those stories. I've loved them ever since I was a kid. And so when Tim Burton did the Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp and Wednesday Addams. So they recreated her dress and they had like this special. And so I have a video on my channel of me getting the dress because it was an expensive dress. But I tried it on and I was like, this looks more like a Beetlejuice dress. And I was like, what if I did like this? Because, you know, it's like the spawn of Chucky. I was like, what if I did the spawn of all of these monsters? And so there's a great Scooby-Doo movie where Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, they go and they teach volleyball at like a monster school. And it's all the daughters of the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what if I did the spawn, like that Star Wars girl, like the spawn of monsters calendar? And so it's like, I'm Beetlejuice's daughter, I'm Frankenstein's daughter, I'm the mummy's daughter. And so I could just do like, you know, the female versions and not be the characters, but be their spawn. And so I have the dress and the wig and everything actually ready for Beetlejuice's daughter, but it's with the dress from the Sleepy Hollow. So I was like, I think that would be fun. And
That would be a lot of fun.
I like shooting villains way more than shooting like good guys because they're so much fun. You can make angry faces and it not be bad for the shoot because it matches.
Yeah. Well, you could be smoldering too. You know, that's another thing.
I can't do smoldering face.
What, you can't?
No, every time I try to do, he calls it the blue steel look.
Uh-oh.
I just look angry. So I look like somebody just farted next to me.
You just end up laughing the whole time. You can't stop. You're always smiling. I mean, when we hung out in San Diego, you just smiled the entire time.
Yeah, so that's my go-to. But when I do evil, like I don't know why. When I'm a bad character, I don't know. I can do it easier. They're more fun.
You know,
I do monsters. It's like I was like, I can't wait to like have one where I'm like I just holding like hearts and blood. Like that'll be fun. Like Vampirella, I'm gonna use blood, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited.
Nice. And you could do well, like I said, if you do the mummy, you know, that you could be like a mummified Cleopatra type of thing. You know, like Liz Taylor from Cleopatra, or better yet, what's her name from Claudette Colbert was way sexier than Liz Taylor as Cleopatra. But just look at me talking all, showing my age. Anyway, Anna, I don't want to keep you too long. You are the best. We love you. Debbie and I can't wait to see you in San Diego. We hope you come out with us when we go out to dinner.
Of course.
You're cool people, just like last time we hung out. And I mean, guys and girls out there, please support someone. She does so much work. And she's also very generous. You've had, me on your show to promote my own stuff. I so appreciate that. She's got a great channel. She doesn't get drunk as often as we all would like her to and review movies, but we're going to try to change that.
I'll get back to it.
Yeah, but here's your cosplay calendar. It's that Star Wars girls cosplay calendar bikini edition. And, who doesn't want that? Again, 11 by 17. It's huge. So each one of these months is really like a poster.
Yeah.
So, and it's suitable for framing. So, oh, wow. I'm sorry. I got to throw this one. Have you ever seen this one? Liz Taylor and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? Google that.
Yeah.
That's a hot one, too. That would be fun. So I'm going to convince her. I know she wants to do the monster stuff, but I'm going to try to convince her to do the golden age of Hollywood stuff. But and she's got all these amazing tiers. She's going to be announcing her first stretch goal soon.
Yes.
And so whether it's a postcard, a trading card, who knows, a mini print, who knows, but you will not be disappointed. Again, Anna, you're one of the sweetest people.
thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you. I'm so happy for all your success. I love watching your channel, listening to it. I love watching the Jack Show. You guys are nuts. I was on it a few times. Thank you for having me on the Jack Show.
Of course.
It's always just a bad time for me. So, and Nile, anything to say?
No, thanks for coming on. Sorry I was late, but it was
Thanks
cool
for
hanging out
inviting
with
me.
you. The calendar looks awesome.
Thank you.
I love it. My wife would hate it, but it doesn't matter because she's going in my studio. No, but it's cool. It's cool to see too that you're doing this and you know, they keep getting bigger, which is really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. It's fun. It's exciting to see where these things go. And I really appreciate everyone that comes out and supports each project, because this wouldn't be possible without all of you guys. So thank you.
Yep, you're the best. So anything you got Jack Show tomorrow? Anything you guys, what's going on with you, kid?
Jack Show tomorrow. I'm going out of state this weekend, so I will be MIA for the next few days. And then I'll be back. Oh, big announcement this week. So I have an art channel.
Whoa.
What? I have an art channel, and I have been kind of pulling my feet on releasing stuff. My first video is coming out on Friday, so go subscribe. Video is going to release at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's my painting these mirrors.
Oh, cool. Put
Yeah.
them over your eyes. Put them over your eyes.
I'm excited for it. So
put them over your eyes. Anna.
I know.
That's so creepy.
Look at that. That's so
That's so cool.
It's disturbing.
Yes, I'll show you how my whole idea behind this, me making these, me getting these mirrors and like cleaning them because they were all gross and all that. And so I have the backstory behind them. So that's all going to be on my video on Friday on my art channel. So go subscribe to my art channel. It's got the stupidest name right now because I don't know how to name things. So it's called The Art of Anna TSWG Studios. So go subscribe. Video releases on Friday. So go and wait until you see the thumbnail. The thumbnail's so cool.
So whose eyes are those? Do you just do them out of your head, or there's someone's eyes? You use reference.
I think I found eyes, or I had them saved. But so backstory. So this mirror is made in Denmark. So my and it even says like made in Denmark on it. So my great grandmother, the one I'm named after, she came over from Denmark. And so this is supposed to be Ariel, and this is Prince Eric's eyes. So that's why this one's all sad, because if you read the original Hans Christian Andersen story, she dies, and it's really depressing.
Oh, geez. Does she drown?
No, so it's she had to like make him love her, and he thinks it's a different princess that saved him. So she basically she gets friend zoned, and he marries another princess, and she dies of sorrow and becomes like an angel mermaid thing.
Oh.
And because they're like, you can go back to being a mermaid, but you have to kill him. And so she'd rather die than kill him. So she dies and lets him be happy with the other princess, and becomes like, it's weird. Like the sisters they make a deal with Ursula, so they cut off all of their hair so that way she can get them back. And it's really, really sad. But so I did this because, this is from Denmark, and then everyone's talking about the Little Mermaid. So I was like, I'll jump on this Little Mermaid kick and tell the actual story. So Prince Eric's got like this nice tan. He's also on a gold mirror. She's got the silver mirror, and just like
beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Paul Keller wants to know, what is the name of the art channel?
The Art of Anna TSWG Studios. It's the worst name ever. I'm open to suggestions. I just want my name to be in it, just in case if I do get a plaque, I have a plaque that has my name on it. But
yeah, we're gonna put it. We'll put it in the stream. I mean, in the description, we'll pop it in.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
again, guys. Thank you all.
Can I share this real fast with you? Let me grab a. Oh no, load please. Okay, this is the thumbnail. I'm super. This is cheesy. I love making thumbnails. It's actually like one of my favorite part of YouTube. But this is the thumbnail for the video. I'm very excited about it.
All right, let's see it.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Painting on. Are you literally painting on glass?
Yes. This is glass.
You put like yeso down on it first?
So I sand. You'll see it in the video. I sand it down. I put a couple layers of clear gesso, and then I paint on it. But yeah, so Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, go and subscribe. Thank you.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, you're the best. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's me, Al. You're awesome. Thank you for that wonderful super chat. And nice thing. Thank you for having Anna on. She needs all the help she can get.
Oh, thank
She
you.
doesn't need help. She's doing great. You are kicking ass, kid. Again, like I said, I'm so proud of you. We'll have fun introducing you. You and Brian Polito talk, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Right now, again, one last time. So, all right, you're doing great. Jeez,
Thank you.
You're doing great on this. So here we go. Here, to share it one last time. Let's see if we can refresh it. If any of you guys come on and jump. I know everyone's streaming tonight. All right, so we still got 4. We're like 21 backers away from 500. So if you're watching out there, I know a lot of people watch our show after we do it. Please do. Again, Anna is one of the good guys. If I can say that, can I say it? Good guy. She's one of the good guys. She's a great friend and a great supporter of all her fellow creators too. She's very generous with her time and her channel, and she deserves all the success that she has accomplished. So thank you, Anna. So good to see you.
Thank you.
You're the best. Nile, speaking of the best, you're the best around, homie.
I love you, buddy. I love you.
I love you too, pal. Love you too. All right, guys. So now you want to take us out?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So, Anna,
All right,
thank
have a
you
good
so
night,
much,
everyone.
honey.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.